So this is the couple known as Spiz, and I am the third wheel. Mm-hmm. 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 So Spencer, the Bridge of Destiny, as I'm describing it, as our topic today, is in horror movies. You you cross the threshold of some event. Like if you're thinking about it, like Friday the 13th movies, you cross the sign to go into the camp, right?
Okay, so like Welcome to Silent Hill.
So like Welcome to Silent Hill. So like that symbol, that icon, that thing that those kids pass, that means whatever territory the killer is in, they have gone through it, and now they are in the land of horror. So that is the bridge in the scenario that I'm talking about. Like that bridge is the symbol of I am entering horror movie territory. There's no escape now besides the end of the horror movie. And you were in Dead Man's Land. Mm-hmm. 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 So since you guys will probably need a moment to think of your version of this topic or examples. So my thing was that, as you know, we're looking at this other house that we're trying to buy right now, right? So there's this nice long rural highway that you can only find in Indiana. Yeah. So
Of course.
yeah, you cross this very small, so maybe like 30 feet total, little tiny cement shitty bridge. And after you cross this little tiny cement shitty bridge and you get to the other side, it opens up into cornfields because like it's like a stream with trees around it, and it's just you know woods. Yeah, and then after that's cornfield, and to the right of the cornfields, the best way I can describe it is it's not meant to be a gravel road. At some point, it was like a paved road, but it's not anymore. So, yeah, yeah. So now it is a gravel road. Just like yeah, uh, the road least cared for. So now, at the end of that road, I say end. What I really mean is after the cornfields, it goes back into woods, and there is either a small colony of hillbillies who all live in trailers or like RVs, or one powerful hillbilly who collects rundown trailers and RVs. And it's really hard to tell which. I'm sure you've seen these kind of living arrangements, right?
I'm pretty sure he collects the trailer park ones.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those situations where it's like either that guy collects a lot of ran down buildings that he thinks he's going to renovate and sell one day and he's never going to get around to it, or there's a lot of inbred living there. Morning. Mm-hmm. But either way,
Is
then
this real life?
that was one of the viewers actually.
Well, even better.
Um so anyhow, right after that, like down this dirt gravel road, is a massive, huge, metal framed, beautiful bridge. And you can just barely see it through the forest. So this like beaten down, destroyed wooden like destroyed road leads to this massive metal bridge that looks like it was built for like the middle of a city with thousands of cars to be going over it. I mean, this had to be a massive undertaking for like the state to have built this kind of bridge here.
Okay.
And it looks well maintained. Like it looks a little rusty, but like Like, it doesn't look like it's falling apart. I didn't get up close to it, but like, it's huge. There's this massive metal bridge back there. So my only conclusion is, to myself as I'm driving along this highway when I see this bridge through the woods, is like, that bridge has to be, after you cross over it, the entrance to a horror movie. Like, right after you cross that, the music starts, your car breaks down, you run out of gas, and you're like, I don't know how this happened. We just filled it up like 20 miles ago. And then the redneck comes out. He's like, I got some gas if you need it. uh,
Here's the thing. I feel like on your journey, what has really happened that shitty small little concrete bridge you were talking about. I think that's what you your entire area is a horror movie, and that bridge is the shining example of what you need to go believe. Charles, you haven't crossed the L, have you?
okay, so I did cross the small cement bridge.
You did.
I did.
You
So,
didn't cross the big one, have you?
no. Oh, shit. mm. Uh, to be clear, the small cement bridge wasn't shitty. The small cement bridge was perfectly fine. It was on a highway. Like, it was a highway bridge. It just isn't a big river. It's like a ditch. It went over a ditch. Like, there's a small little creek. That's what I'm saying. Is like, I don't even know what the big metal bridge is crossing. No idea. Like I don't know. Like, because to me, all I see is a little creek that the cement bridge is crossing, but there's also a giant metal bridge off in the distance.
Because like you told me there's cornfields, I'm sure there's some kids in there that decided to go outside in the
Mm-hmm.
forest. There's a trailer park full of infrared, one powerful juice jacks, and like a emo can throw a trailer by himself.
Or yeah,
You're already hitting the road as soon as you cross that bridge. Adventure is gone.
you know, you know. Either A, what's happening right now is Spencer is giving me the best advice and he's trying to save my life. Or B, Spencer is actually part of the hillbilly tribe and he's trying to get me to cross that bridge so that they can finally actually kill me. And I don't know which.
I mean, it's fair.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
it's true.
This is actually how I get baited to cross the bridge that is actually the horror movie bridge, is him trying to convince me that the horror movie bridge is actually the escape.
But you don't know what's true.
I don't know which is true now. Now I'm emotionally confused, and I'm probably gonna be. Well, I guess I'm fucked.
The way I see it, you haven't moved there yet. But we're in Vermont. You have a lot of time to figure out under the cover how to descend in this area, right?
That's true.
Because you have a lot of time to set up capture the sun in this area that you've been to
Mm-hmm.
quarantine.
That's true, but you've also already said that there's a problem with that under the guise of oh my god, what was that? What was that game slash movie? Silent Hill. It doesn't matter if it's daylight or not. Silent Hill. Silent Hill rules might apply.
It sure does.
Yep, Silent.
Remember the siren?
Mm-hmm.
Get over it.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like if Silent Hill rules apply, the moment I cross that bridge, I hear the siren, I'm fucked. I'm dead. I'm done. It's over. Game over. Which is why I need Biz to go with me across the bridge. Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing about the Silent Hill movies, right? For the listeners out there, the movie does also portray this. So you cross over. They actually do cross over a bridge right before the movie,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that puts you in conflict.
My God, I didn't even think of Silent Hill, but that bridge really does dead ass look like the Silent Hill bridge. My God. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you cross over that bridge and you're in what's known as crossing distance, in which you may see a thing or two that's unsettling, but you're not in trouble,
Right. 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 Right.
right?
Yeah, you gotta go deeper into her like controlled mind part.
But there is a point where you're in fog world to where a trigger happens that causes paralysis. Now, whether that be the amount of time that you
Touch.
unlock a certain door, walk through it, that's when the siren starts. So that's when everything's engraved, and now
I see. But what if it's like, what if it's not?
I think the trigger here where you're at is once that sun goes down, that's when you're in trouble.
Mm,
Um, I think there was another game that was kind of like that. What was it called? See what we're looking at. I don't want to like. The only thing that I can describe the game is it's destroyed.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's always the best part.
Well, I don't think it's like that when you play it.
He's right.
Evil look at if the evil look completely real.
Oh yeah. That game is a true nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah, so like when you are uncovering it's like if like there would be no difference between playing that like a normal night versus playing stick push, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like when that cover update is made, spoiler.
That's true. You are right. You are right. So I actually have another example of like a horror movie portal in my life currently. Um, that is also like actually more accurate. But I figure I will open the floor if you guys have ideas ready yet.
In terms of a horror movie portal that's active in our lives.
Yeah, like if you guys in your lives ever seen a horror movie portal where you've looked at something and gone, that's a horror movie portal.
Oh, as a horror movie portal, a game that was like
Beside your mom's vagina, the day you were born. Oh God, our mom's vagina is our first horror movie portal. Do you need to talk about the time you saw your parents having sex? Is that what you're that you want to talk about, or like at all?
I figured it would actually be decent enough.
Yeah.
Whatever like that topic to
At least like at least girls were given like guys were given a stick to fuck with, come with, and pee with. And girls have a separate hole, like not a hole, like listen, like a different hole to be fucked and to pee out of at least. All I'm saying is like at least to some degree that's an advantage.
like I don't think there's
To some degree.
girls have a higher chance of getting UTIs. That's just me. I guess.
Yeah, also why do girls have a higher chance of UTIs? I've never understood that.
Oh, it's because the actual like hole
Mhm.
is closer. It makes faster sense than a natural like infection.
Okay. Okay. I'm just going to accept the fact I'll never understand.
And you know they get cramps easier. She's a girl.
Uh... All right, anyhow, horror movie portals. Besides, you can think of one time in your life where you looked at something and went, "Ooh, I hear banjos and a chainsaw." Like that was the moment of choice between like the biz we know and love. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it cowardice. You chose to not follow the route of like
Yeah, it's a small thing because everyone knows that. But everyone knows I can't say that the same about my family.
right. I don't think it's cowardice in any way. I mean, I think
Is
that
that
peer
peer
pressure's a
pressure?
bitch.
Peer pressure is a bitch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't. I think it's almost harder to have said no sometimes.
Oh no, it's definitely harder to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm
No.
in a situation because I challenge friend of mine. I always wanted my older sister to like me, but I knew she didn't because I was the most annoying and um it turns out later it was a total other reason. But yeah. No, I just wanted my sisters to like me and until like adult life. Adult life we're okay now. But
Well, that happens with everyone.
oh yeah, of course, of course.
It happened with me, and I saw my sisters still way before school started. Uninterrupted, being like with both of them, and like
I don't know. I've never understood the relationship that my family's had. My family's always had a very weird relationship. So I can't really begin to understand other people's family relationships because mine's always been very odd. Like I don't think I've ever seen a similar personality type relationships in any other family. So I don't really know how to compare my family to other families.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
understandable.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, like there's a 7 year gap between me and my closest sibling, which I think's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
you have a sister and 7 years apart.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and my brother are 7 years apart to almost the day. His birthday is September 6th. My birthday is September 1st. So it's almost to the day. Damn.
Then we can do it someday.
Damn, Spencer. Maybe that's why we get along so well. We're really close like that in like that weird way, and we're almost close like in age.
That's
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, but you're the older brother, right?
I am the older brother.
Yeah, I'm the younger brother. I mean, my brother's relationship, and then my younger nephew, who kind of ended up becoming like my little brother, he's 7 years younger than me. So I had it both ways. I had a 7 year older and a 7 year younger brother, basically. It was a weird thing. But, yeah, because my older sister, she had a kid when I turned 7. Mm hmm. Yep. She was 15.
Oh, cool. Sorry.
16? 15 or 16 when she had her first kid. Alex, my nephew that lives with me now. Mm hmm. Yep.
Yeah, the one that I never talked about. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That one.
Nice.
Yeah. He's like,
Nice.
I love the fact
I can hear him too. That's the best part.
like I have this high end studio mic just hanging above my head, and he's like not even half the room away, and he's like, "But is she hot?" And I'm like, "You like, you fucking an idiot!" Like what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, oh,
So back to voyage.
mm,
I think I have a similar story. So I'm very much a fan. So whatever your favorite spot would be in the apartment, like this little dock area that is over the lake behind us. There's an apartment complex, so like don't worry guys, I'm not gonna keep minutes from being anything. Um and so like um they were a lot of friends that I had growing up that moved there.
Mm.
So every now and again she'd be like, "You want to go watch tennis at the dock?" Sure. I had gone to that dock because like I would like walk around and play Pokemon Go because it was a major thing at the time.
at the
And the
time,
sun was setting because it was ridiculous.
It's always been big. I mean, it's still one of the biggest mobile games.
I mean, like that's fair, but like
So
the
like when it
platforms
first
on
came
Nintendo,
out.
they never like
Mm-hmm.
you can log into servers and go on it on your phone.
Mm-hmm. 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 The like when it came out. Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha.
I did punk that song in just before like a sunset. It was really unsettling because it felt like sunset stopped and sunset returned to dark, and I would have looked back. I was no longer down in my apartment complex, and I was at the smallest light in whatever area I would have been most and try to make it back that dark at night.
Like that is exactly how I feel about that bridge. If I cross that bridge, I'm going to have to survive until the next day cycle. Mm-hmm. So the other one that I'm dealing with currently, which like I have a lot of examples of this in my life, where like I look at something and I go, "That's a portal," but the other example of this I have in my like currently in my life, which has been proven to be true now. Yep, yep. It's actively become a nightmare to me currently. So, in the new house that we're currently trying to buy and we're in negotiations about, and is a fucking nightmare in its own right now. Um, it's a two-story house, and the top story is more or less just like this like beautiful fucking master bedroom, right? To the side of it though is this big ass walk-in. I'm gonna say it's a closet. It could be used as like a small room or something, but I'm gonna call it a closet. Um, and to the side of the closet is a tiny little door that goes into the attic, but it's like one of those horror movie doors where it's like you almost like you wouldn't have to crawl, but you would almost have to get through, you know? And it's like got a lock on it from the outside. So if you go in there, someone could lock you in. Yeah. Well, I mean, like it's an attic, so like it's easy to break into an attic. So the idea is like, yeah. So like it's got one of those locks on it and everything, and it's that one of those half doors, and it's you open it and you look in there, and it's like just unfinished attic, and it's creepy looking and shit, and like that's definitely a portal into a horror movie. And it's in a closet, so even more reason that it's a portal into a horror movie, and it's right at the top of an old oak staircase. Yeah, so like you go up an old oak staircase, and right to the right of it is that closet. Right, so it's on the landing to the staircase, right to the right of it, right to the side of what's gonna like what we're hoping to be our bedroom, which is also like an old flower wallpapered room that's got like windows that overlook the town and everything. Like the house is already a horror movie setting house, but it's also got attic portal. It's got attic portal door. Yeah, it's got all the setup for a horror movie.
My friend Andrew and I were talking about this. Also live at either currently live or have they have a space station in their attic, and they cannot.
I've never I've never been in the attic of this house.
So, uh, I'm sure like you've seen, like the attic space has like instantaneously big fucking like square that's cut out and it's raised a little bit, and all underneath is water in there, and you just push it up over.
That's how my attic is.
Yeah, yeah. It's silent.
Um,
Hmm.
mm,
Like they have people around to
oh my god.
for whatever reason, but
What if that was just a hot tub joke and it's not actually an attic?
I just had a moment of like, oh my god,
haha funny joke. There's no monkeys in there.
how have I not thought about this? So two things. I just remembered some shit that like I don't know how I haven't thought about to talk about this already, but like holy shit, how have I not thought about to talk about this already? But reverting back to what you're saying, in my current house, my house actually has two attics because I have a garage which has an attic, and I have an attic in my house. My garage, I can't get into my attic. I have stuff stored in my attic in my garage because I've had friends go up there, but the staircase to it's like rickety and wooden, and I'm a fat ass. Yeah, so I can't. I won't go up it because I know it'll collapse under my weight. Like I know it, so I won't go up it. But I've had friends put stuff up there for me. So before I move, I have to get some skinny bitch to go up there for me. Um, you are definitely both of those two things. Um, and the attic to this house is in the top of our closet, and somebody's put like somebody's installed hangers, like not like clothes hangers, but like a closet shelving unit inside of our closet, which makes the door to our attic completely inaccessible now. So there's no way to get into the attic to my house now, which is horrible because there's a bird's nest in our attic that I can't get rid of because there's no way into it now. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I didn't cut you off, did I? I don't remember if I cut you off. No, me either. So that's another pick I gotta fuck before we move, maybe. Um, the other thing is, well, we were looking at houses recently over where we're gonna be moving, and I don't want to disclose too much because, like, my address. Yeah, my address got my dude. I started streaming, and like 3 weeks after I started streaming last time, I had like 20 viewers on my stream this one day, and Dustin gets on and just he was like, "I'm gonna ship this thing to you. Is your address still?" And he just read off my address, and I'm like, like me and Tevin are both literally trying to scream over him, and he stops and he's like, "What the fuck's wrong with you two?" And then he just reads it off again while we're screaming over him, and we're like, "Fucking stop!" And he's just like, "You fucking assholes!" And he just keeps saying it over and over again, and I'm like, "Why? What? Why are you stupid? Like, if we try to stop you." Like, why? Like, if we stop you 2 times in a row from saying something, why do you just power through? Like, maybe give us a chance to explain why we're stopping you. So, so like, so we go to look at this house, and we pull up, and right at the same time we're pulling up, this guy pulls up in an old beat up truck, and it's like in the middle of a small but like what's known as a very nice town. And this guy pulls up and he gets out of his truck, and he's like, looks at us, and he says something, and I still don't know what he said, but it sounded shitty, but I don't know. But we go up to the porch, and the porch is kind of like shitty, and I'm just like, whatever. And as the realtor's unlocking the door, she's like, just so you know, the guy who owns this house is still working on it. He's still kind of cleaning it out and renovating it. So the renters who were here didn't take very good care of it. So like, just keep that in mind. And that was like the first sign to me that I was like, So we go into the first room, and I'm like, okay, I'm born of white trash. This isn't bad. Not bad at all. Like, it was an okay living room, and then like there's a bathroom over there. I was like, okay, this bathroom's not bad. And then I go into the other bathroom, and I don't know what was in the toilet, but it wasn't human shit, and it wasn't animal shit, and it wasn't shit, but it was like a mix of like building materials, I think. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, it didn't smell. Well, I don't think it came out of somebody's ass. I think it was just like people started throwing shit in the toilet, like just stuff, like not shit, but like just stuff in the toilet, and it just one day stopped flushing, and they're like, I guess our toilet's storage now. And like it was the master, like, but like, it was like the master bathroom, so like it was the only room with a shower, so like I don't know what the fuck was with that. And then like the dryer room had, I fucking hope, animal shit sitting in it. And there was this broken glass on the floor, and she was like, well, there's a basement, and then there's an upstairs, and we go upstairs, and there's like a door that's just like sealed shut with what I assume is flex tape, because there was no one doing that shit. And I asked the realtor, I was like, so sealed door? Like what's going on here? Like, where's this door go? And she goes, I don't know. And I'm like, but like, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna buy a house with a secret door. I was like, cause like, yeah, I was like, there's gonna be a person behind this door if I buy this house, right? Like I'm gonna buy this house, everything's gonna be calm for the first couple days. I'm trying to renovate it, and then by day 3, I'm gonna come in the house, and there's gonna be a goblin troll. It's gonna be out in my kitchen grabbing food out of the fridge, and he's gonna run back upstairs and hide in this. Hide in the sealed door that he just reflex taped, and flex tape's invincible, so I'm not. Yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna be able to get him out. So like, and then I went into the basement, and there was just like graffiti on the walls, but not like fun, happy. I'm a graffiti artist. Like one of the walls read, "The worst mistake of mankind was accepting the destruction of happiness," and not like
Is that like a 14-year-old's basement?
no, I don't know, maybe. Um, and then on the other wall, it was like written. It was like your demise, your downfall. Your downfall will be your acceptance of I don't even remember what it said, but it was all very like ominous, and it was written in like red paint, and there was like symbols and shit next to it, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that the only thing missing from this basement is a little floating red balloon, and everything was wet. Like everything was wet, not like standing water, but just like not even. I would use more than damp, not standing water. Like wet. Wet is the word.
It's the basement that you look into. Like you can obviously see the water, so you go to think that they're like fresh. You go to touch it, and like it's wet, but there is no standing water there. So you're like, well, where the fuck is this water coming from? It's every time you go down there, it's like that, and it's
Mhm.
never clean.
Mhm.
It's one of the
Like
spots I've never seen this standing water.
yeah, like it's wet enough that it's gonna be slick. Like you're gonna bust your ass someday going down there, and the moment you fall is when all of the like secret hidden trolls are gonna jump out and start eating you. Um, but there's no standing water ever. So like what's happening is the trolls when you're not there are going out and splashing water on the floor and spreading it out so you'll fall. That's what's going on.
Yeah, constantly having decapitated
Well, they're usually not supposed to be wet. Uh,
Oh,
like
oh, I see. Like
Well, hell, yeah, they flood a lot, and they are they do get into it.
yeah.
They're not supposed to do that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, like damp walls is a common occurrence. They're usually colder because they're underground. Um, the walls will get. Mhm, mhm. Yeah, I mean, like the walls will get moisture build up and condensation on them. Like those are all common things, but like, and like sometimes you'll put a sump pump under there. Like you get a sump pump down in the basement to keep water out. Like that's a thing. But like,
never heard of that.
but like, I would describe this basement as a cave. Hmm. Like it was less like there was supposed to be a basement in this house, and it was more like somebody bought this house and was like, I bet I could dig a hole under this, and then they did. Hmm. And now Pennywise lives down there.
I mean, at least it can get friends.
I mean, it's it. The thing is this specific town I'm talking about. I've looked up the numbers to some degree, and it's about the same size as Derry would be. Isn't Derry in like where is? Now I'm gonna have to look it up again because my brain shit out.
I mean, it sounds like Charlie just has a real pissed off. I mean, I guess if
Yeah, the problem is I'm in a horror movie. That's the issue. Like the issue is that I'm a horror movie character. Like that's the problem, and I'm not a virgin, so I'm fucked. I'm dead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep
Good point.
Does that mean I'm safe for now?
Yeah, you're gonna survive. That's what I'm saying is I need you to come with me so that you can be the survivor and you can save everybody. Like you can, not everybody, but like you can tell everybody. Mm-hmm.
I can try with
I mean, you can try, but you won't succeed. You're just gonna get your arm cut off. No, I do. I've watched a million horror movies. If you try to save people, yeah. Like the situation is if you try to save people, you just get injured in the process of trying to save people. So your best bet is to not try to save people because you just get injured. Let them die and then just call the authorities when you get away. And then they'll go there. There won't be any evidence of what you're saying happened and they'll lock you up. Yep. And drugs. No. It was in Maine, by the way. Derry was in Maine. I mean, like, I'm down for a road trip whenever. Yeah, I don't know if it's a technically on private property, but, like, I would love to show you this bridge because it's fucking terrifies me every day I think about it. Well, to be fair, as a kid, I grew up, like, 2 blocks away from one of the most haunted places in Indiana. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, like, if you ever... Actually, I wonder where it's listed at now. I'm gonna look it up. Because it always makes the list. Yeah. If they update, like, they make lists of most haunted places in Indiana, it always makes, like, the top 10 to 20 places. Reading. Ooh, Avon has a haunted bridge that made the top number 9. Mm-hmm. It is. Yeah, it's currently listed as number 9, the place I grew up by. I invited. I do like the topic of if you like for a different podcast of like if you were a main character of a TV show or movie, what kind of movie would it be and why? Which like Spencer, obviously anime. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's completely it. Hmm. I guess I'm horror now. Yeah. I really am. Like I've been resisting these gates since I was like fucking 10 years old and they just keep giving me more and more of them. Oh my god, I haven't even told you guys. Hey, what's up, Yannick? I haven't even told you guys why I know that the one portal is a portal into another dimension. So the one in the attic of the new house, we had an inspection done on the house, and they found wiring in the house from before the 1950s called knob and tube wiring in the attic, and it's becoming like a huge problem for us to buy the house. Like, basically the issue is that it's like 7 grand to get it pulled out of the house. The current owners being a whole asshole about it. And like it's like basically impossible to buy the house without that shit taken out because of like legality issues. And like it's not even like it's hot, but it doesn't even run to anything. Like it's just a wire that's hanging there. I don't even actually know if it's tied into anything. Like it's just there. Like it just exists. You know? Well, like obviously. Like it's powering the secret room that the goblins live in, you know? Mhm. But like so it's the old attic door with a lock on the outside that has electricity from the 1950s. So when I go through the portal, it's going to teleport me back in time to be murdered by the ghost that lives in the house that built the house. Mhm. I mean, I'm sure I'll be dead, and I'm sure I won't care afterwards. Mhm. Also, there's apparently a hot tub at this house, and I just want to know where. The secret hot tub. It's got to be in the attic, right? Got to be in the attic. Do what, Spencer? Well, yeah, but I mean, like the goblins have to have something to do in their free time. Yeah. No. So the inspector was like, "There's a hot tub on premise, but I'm not qualified to inspect hot tubs, so I didn't inspect the hot tub." And I walked the house. I've walked the outside of the house. Like, where the fuck's this hot tub? like, like where's this hot tub? Well, don't you think? Well, don't you think too? If you were selling a house, you would list that in the in the cell. You're like, comes with a hot tub. Or like if you were showing a house, don't you think you would show like, hey, there's a hot tub? Or like if you like, it's just there's. Well, the thing is like the person showing the house is the same person that inspects the house. Yeah. No, like my realtor is the person who. Yeah, no, my realtor is the person who chose the inspector. Yeah, no, it's fine. Like, I don't know the guy who she chose, but he also didn't have his havoc inspecting thing, which is really weird to me because you would think a home inspector would have to be havoc certified for inspections, right? Right? Havoc HVAC, spell it out, read it in your head. Mm-hmm. Havoc HVAC. Mm-hmm. No, it's just no. I just like saying it that way. I just like saying it havoc because it makes me happy. Um, no, I do. I thought you'd both get it, but it's okay. It's okay, Spencer. Biz thinks you're the smart one in the relationship. That's how I felt about it too. When she said that, I was like, well, um. Anyhow, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, he might be the more educated, but that does not make smarter. Anyhow, moving on. No, it's okay, Biz. You'll find out one day. You'll find out one day. You'll find out one day. Spencer's super nice though. So nice. Such a nice guy. Such a nice guy. uh, sports, am I right? But like, so he said that these wires are hot, and like they're like he even showed that they test hot, but like they're not connected to anything. So I don't know. But definitely that door is gonna be a portal that leads me to be murdered by the ghost that built the house. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Also, have you guys ever seen like what are they called? There's like technically a name for them. I'm gonna try to look it up. But basically, they're out in the middle of the woods, which I know Biz hasn't because Biz lives in her house. But they're an old Indian thing. Like they're an old Indian thing that they used to use to like mark pathways, where they would take a rope and they would bend over a baby tree and tie it to the ground, and that's how they would mark pathways. But they did this to like multiple trees, and then it basically made like this archway of trees that would then grow and make this like, I don't know. It looks like a gate. It looks like a gate. Man, when I was a kid, I thought those were portals. I still think they're portals, and I still think they're gonna kill me. Mm-hmm. And people tell me that they're like, people tell me that they're like made by Native Americans and like that's how they're made. But you cannot tell me that they're not. Some of them aren't natural because like I've looked at them. I've tried to find the ropes. I've tried to find how they're made. Like I've tried to look for any distinguishing features that would say that they're man-made, and I can't. So like I'm still convinced that they're forest portals. Oh God, yeah, too many. But the real question is, do you believe in them? Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. When I was a little kid, so my grandpa bought this land, right? And he told no one about, like, when he bought it, he just bought it. Told no one about it. Worked on the land and property for like a year. What's up, Odster? So, like, bought this land, worked on it for like a year, and this guy drives by one day after we'd lived there. Like, him, my grandma had a house that he built himself, and then we moved in the back. And we moved in the back in the trailer, and this guy goes by and he stops by and he's talking to like my mom and stuff, and he's like, "So what happened to the graveyard?" And we're like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "This was like a tribe's burial ground." And we're like, "No, it wasn't." And he's like, "Mm-hmm, yes, it was." And yeah, so we looked into it some, and yeah, my grandpa just dead ass bought old Native American burial ground and built our fucking houses on it. And I found a piece of spine one day, just in the yard, like a spine, like a piece of spine. Mm-hmm. Yep. And I took it to my mom, and she's like, "Oh, it's an animal spine," and I'm like, I was like 5 or 6, and I. I know. Listen, you can trace it back. You can trace it back. There's a lot of fucked up ghost shit that happened in my childhood, but that's definitely the reason why I've been obsessed with horror and why I've been trying to be dragged into the other world my entire life. But like that is the moment. Mm-hmm. It's not even just that moment. It's just the fact of where I grew up. But like, she said it was an animal bone, but as a full-grown adult now who broke his spine and had to learn a lot about spines, it was not. It was a spine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, it 100% was. Nice, 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 nice. I I also remember when I was a little kid. This also aligns with being taken out into portals, and I was 4 years old. 4 years old, I think, based off of the timeline that I've been told about because I've asked questions about this memory. Um, so there was this old fence in the back of this property that was tore down when I was before I turned 5. So I had to be 4 at the oldest, right? And I remember getting woken up in the middle of the night and taken out to this fence by this woman in a white dress. Mm-hmm. And there was baby gates and shit when I was like 4. That like, and so like, I mean, like I could probably have taken them down when I was 4, I'm sure, but like still, like, you know, it seems kind of like I would have woke somebody up, right? Somebody. You would think, since we lived in a trailer and it's small, and my room was at the other end of the house from the door. Anyhow, there was this gap in the gate, or like in the fence, that was tore down. And I described this gap in the fence, and apparently that gap was real and where it was. And I don't remember, like, actually any of it besides this dream. Like, I don't remember that existing besides this one dream event in my brain. So apparently, not a dream, right? Okay. So, like, lady led me there, and then she took me out into the cornfield that was back behind that house, into a wolf patch. Does anybody know what a wolf patch is? Spencer?
I don't think I
Probably should describe it anyhow. Nah, so I should probably describe it for the people in chat anyhow, because not everybody's from Indiana. So in a cornfield, when the corn starts coming up, we have coyotes in Indiana, not wolves, but they call it a wolf patch anyhow. But coyotes and wolves will lay down out in the cornfield when the corn starts coming up, and they'll lay down in the same spot for a couple of weeks. And when they lay down in the same spot, it kills the corn in that circle. And when it kills the corn in that circle, it makes this big old circle patch where the corn doesn't grow up for no reason. And that's called a wolf patch or a coyote patch in Indiana. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she took me out to this coyote patch in the middle of the cornfield, and then like I fell asleep there. Like I don't remember what happened past that moment. But that coyote patch is definitely a portal, and I went to whatever realm that was for I don't know how long, but I woke up there the next morning at like really early. And I remember going back to the house, and I even, like, my mom remembers that morning and me coming into the house and me being like, yeah, I just woke up really early, wanted to go outside. So that happened. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Which begs the question, when you get older, do you get more sensitive to it again? Mm-hmm. You're getting closer to the ethereal realm again. Well, well, I know my grandpa, like, he said he did, and I know a lot of people who have said they did. So I think, personally, I think that tethers your body, right? So, like kids' bodies are, like, inherently not capable and strong at, like, holding them on and tethering them to this world, right? So, like, at any moment, like, children's bodies are like, they're durable, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, they're durable, but, like, they're not, but like their body's connection to this planet, if you will, is not fully inherently in tune yet, if you will. uh Whereas, like, as a 29-year-old, 30-year-old, real fucking in tune. But as your body starts to fail, its tethering ability will start to also fail, right? Right. So, like, as you start to get older and your body starts to shut down, don't you think you'd start to also be more in tune to those things? I mean, I would just say logic would dictate yes. So, like, I'm able to resist the urge to go through the portals now, but how long do I have before one day I'm like, fuck it. I think right now, like the next time I see one of the portals I'm going through, I made up my mind. So yeah, Biz, you definitely can't have sex till we go through the bridge. I guess that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's coming too. He's coming. Yeah. No, he's fine. He's yeah, he's your partner, so he gets to survive too. I'm gonna die. Not always, but if they're a good partner and a nice person, they generally do, and you're generally a nice person, so like you're probably gonna live, like statistically speaking. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I think it depends on the horror movie, I guess, right? All I'm saying is both of you have much higher statistical odds than me because I am the one that's drawn there. I saw the bridge first, and I'm the one saying that we should go. So, like, and I'm the fat friend. So, horror movie rules applying. I am 100% gonna die. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like even in 2022, I don't even I like fat people still don't even have the social rights card. Like fat people still don't even have that yet. We haven't even won that yet. Yeah, I mean mm-hmm. Yeah, like you can't kill black people in movies, you can't kill gay people in movies, but fat people are still open game. Like it's still fat season. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean like we're still out there fighting for fat rights, but they haven't won them in Hollywood yet. I mean, to be fair, if you're comparing Charlie from like a year ago to Charlie to now, I guess I have higher survival odds. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Still not gonna survive though. I'm still dead. But like the real question is, what do you think the highest like what is the villain or demon or creature that I have the highest survival odds against? Which portal do you think I should step through if I'm gonna step through one? Like which portal do I have the highest odds against? But I know a lot about spirituality. So I have an education to back me up in that line. Because I did study to be a preacher for a long time. That's true, but I've also here lately. It seems like every time I've prayed to the divine, which granted I'm not praying to a specific religion, but almost every one of my prayers has come true here lately. So what I'm saying is like, it seems. Hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Um, I don't know. I mean, I guess that depends. On that line of thinking, like, do you think it would eventually like? Do you think it's like this world where they can make more, or do you think that there's a set number of people that can come out of that realm then?
Um,
Or do you think it's a cycle? Like it just keeps going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and that's why we have to have war and plague and famine and shit like that to keep.
I kind of view it too around like going to like think like it exists like just because you know shit
That's kind of what I was thinking too. But like I said, I don't know. See, like I've always thought of like the number of souls that can exist total as a set number. In every plane of existence, they have to like balance out at the end. So like this Earth can only have so many. Each realm can only have so many at a time, and that's why we have things like war and plague and famine and all this evil and destruction on Earth. It only exists because it has to keep the number balanced. You know, that's a major reason that these horrible shit exists, is because there can only be so many souls here, and the numbers have to keep balanced. So the only way to do that's death. Sooner or later, there's going to be a plague. Just because our numbers here right now are going up doesn't mean they always will be. There will be sooner or later a hard reset. The number will eventually drop to 0 and we will have to restart, and at that point one of the other realms numbers will skyrocket. Mm, nothing is always a possibility. That's my thing, is I believe in the possibility of I don't fucking know. That is that is my complete religious beliefs at this point. Is like I know nothing. If there is a God and he wanted me to fucking know, he wouldn't be playing a game of guess who with me. He would be coming down and going, "This is me, motherfucker. Here I am." Like I do not believe in the ideology of um like I don't believe in the ideology of somebody wants me to worship them, somebody wants me to praise them, but they also don't want me to know it's them. They would tell me. So like I believe in I don't fucking know. So there could be nothing. There could be the divine afterlife. There could be the primordial. There could be Valhalla. There could be anything. I just do my best in life to appease myself, because whatever made me or whatever I come from made me the way I am for a reason. hmm So I just try to meet. Mhm. Yeah, so I mean, like, I know what things I'm good at, I know what things I'm bad at, and I try to do the best I can at the things I'm good at. I try to help people with the things I'm good at. And, you know, that's all that can really be expected of me, and that's I had to be put here for that reason. And I've never
which like as great as that is, like that's nothing compared to
the the only classes I passed in school were computer science, and I took college courses in computer sciences, and I got 120% in my college course for computer sciences and psychology. And I took college classes in psychology, and every other classes I was basically failing. I don't know why they decided that they were going to put me in college courses for 2 classes and let me fail the entire rest of my high school, but they did. Uh, so, so I knew that it was either psychology or computers for me. No, I chose the one that took less time in college. Eh, no, it's I did a lot of my college in high school, and then after I got out of high school, the state of Indiana was like by the time like I couldn't go to college until I was 26 because my parents refused to like release their tax information. Basically, like yeah, So by the time I turned 26, the state of Indiana was like, we need people that are good at computers. We'll pay for you to get certified if you go to college for computer sciences. So I was like, okay. So like I was like, okay, I'll take that degree. And they were like, well, it's a certification. And I was like, I'll take those certifications. So
Even better. Let's go.
yep. So I went to college and got my certifications in computer sciences.
Hey, we're kind of freaking out with the siege. Samantha has my notification
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, that cooks right over there.
on. Your trial is back on.
And I grabbed something. Can I leave this again?
Craft on lights.
I don't think I can use it.
Well, charge it, forehead.
Not for me. I don't think I really installed anything specific because I didn't put in any effort.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't actually. I never really figured out if there was anything I could actually do differently.
Yeah, it's the thing I didn't put any effort in. It's just I found two classes that I actually enjoyed enough to stay awake, and that was psychology and computer science.
Because like I paid attention and I aced all my tests always. I just didn't put in any effort and kept repeating myself because I was thinking that I didn't want to do that.
It's like I still hate you every day.
I know it's fine. I hate you too.
My psychology class is also the one that made me take an IQ test every year. Mm-hmm. Which was really demoralizing for some of the kids in the class, but really good for me. Yeah. My IQ is actually fucking stellar. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm ADD and I have a horrible memory, so I come off really fucking stupid. But my like so on the IQ test, there's like three portions of it, which is like cognitive ability, which is like processing potential. And then there's memory, and then I don't fucking remember what the third part is. Um, and the other, right? Which, like, as you know, I tend to be relatively what I would consider ADD. But, I don't know. I don't have ADHD, by the way, Spencer, dickhead. Which is the one. Well, no, Spencer was like, "Oh, you're not ADHD because if you're ADHD, if you take something that's like high in caffeine or speed, you'll become like tired," which is ADHD specifically. But ADD is just doesn't have that same thing always. Um, but I can't like my brain moves really fucking fast. So on the two that are like processing cognitive ability and like basically information analysis kind of things, I scored astronomically high numbers. But in the memorization category, oof, big oof. Hmm? And right, I think it's actually hard drive. I think it's like long term memorization. Hmm. Yeah, because like I can remember things long enough to like process data. I can't memorize things long enough to like store it. I clearly have an HDD and it's broke. 2005, bro. I'm running a floppy disk. Yo, yo. Um, but I'm actually a VHS. I'm a VHS has been rewritten over 5 times. Um, I actually my even with how low my score was on the memorization portion of the thing, they give you like people who have scored as high as you or similar to you after you took the test, and I was only 2 points below apparently what Einstein's score was. Yeah, yeah, but like I told my teacher, I was like, "There's no way that this is accurate." And he's like, "Well, we've taken it 4 times, and you've always scored that realm." And I'm like, "But I'm like real big dumb." And he's like, "No, you just can't remember shit." And I was like, "That's fair." Mm-hmm. He was like, your processing potential is amazing. He was like, if anything that's put in front of you, you can overcome it by thinking through it. He was like, you just can't remember what you did next time. And I was like, that's so true. So it's like, I can make my way and I can work my way through any problem. It's just the next time I come to that same task, it's like I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it from scratch again. Everything's new to me every time I do it. It's fantastic. It's like every yeah. If I was in the movie Groundhog's Day, I would be fine. Like it was just fuck it. Mm. Mm-hmm. Look. Mm. No, my memorization's so poor. It's so bad. Like it's because you're a fucking liar. Spencer, I remember you, like every single customer we had at the store, you remembered like every phone, every device, every part. But to be fair, by the time I left the store, people would walk in and I'd be like, "Oh, is that such and such with the like Note 20 Ultra? Yeah, it's over here." And I was like, "Oh shit, I'm Spencer." Oh no, now I know how he did it. Yeah, no, it's just. Mm-hmm. You mean like I did with that one phone that the flashlight was apparently tied into the motherboard, like it was. Oh God. Ah, Taylor, sometimes married to the motherboard flashlight. Have you not heard of either of these two things? Uh, well, one time she was repairing a phone where the flashlight was stuck on, and she was working on it for 2 hours and was convinced with the phone fully open on her desk that the flashlight was married to the motherboard. Um, and that an Xbox, because it was liquid cooled, this specific Xbox, didn't have a fan in it. There was no fan to replace. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's okay. Apparently, you don't measure the power potential of a power supply for a computer by wattage. You measure it by what grade it is, like silver or bronze. Mm-hmm. But that one's Anthony. I mean, like, listen, if I'm wrong, please tell me. But like, I understand that that's like a good thing to like buy a silver one because like it's better quality and it's gonna last longer and like it's healthier for your motherboard in the end of the day. But also, um, wattage. Yeah, yeah. By the way, he said that we need to replace the power supply because the issue with the computer and why it's not turning on is because it needs a silver rated power supply, not a bronze, because there's a bronze rated power supply in it. And I came in the next day to diag it, and the issue with the computer is that it was missing the power button. Mm-hmm. That's why it was not turning on. Mm-hmm. I love that day. I love that day so much. I couldn't. I well, like, the oh god, turn it on. Yeah, but then yeah. Well, to be fair, yeah, there was no power button. None. And I finally talked to him. I finally talked to him. He's like, "Well, the power button's been missing for a while, but it always worked before." And I was like, "And you didn't think to yourself in any way, shape, or form that maybe the reason it's not turning on now is because of the broken power button, like at all?" And you didn't bring it up when you dropped off. You didn't bring up the fact that the power button's missing. You didn't address that issue with us in any way, shape, or form. You didn't think maybe the degrading power button might have been your failure point? Fucking Christ. From your computer from 2008. God. No, I think I looked it up and the specs on it literally said it was a 45 pound computer. Mm hmm. Mm hmm. Mm hmm. That computer was definitely a portal into another dimension. Mm hmm. Mm hmm. So we need to take Biz on adventures to go see portals now. I would say I could take you to the cemetery that I grew up down the street from, where like, which is listed as one of the most haunted places in Indiana. It's called 100 Step Cemetery. Um, but it's they redid it, and it's not nearly as creepy looking now. Hmm. Well, I mean, like it's still, I'm sure it's still haunted, but like it's not nearly as haunted. Like looking, dude, the house my sister owned at one point, like, oh god, that place was terrifying. Like, she would tell me stories about how she would have nightmares about this ghost that would tell her that it wanted her babies. Mm-hmm. She didn't either, especially since she was pregnant again. Mm-hmm. Big goose. Big goose. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, she was fully aware. Yeah, and then like she didn't tell anybody about these dreams until one of her kids told her, "Hey, my imaginary friend so and so is telling me that he wants your baby." By the way, this house I'm telling you about was closer to the haunted graveyard than our house was. Mm-hmm. Like we lived down the street, and she lived like uh, at the corner from the graveyard, so like she was like closer even. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been trying to get my kid to get a job, and she won't get a job. So my dad never listened to him back in my day. Back in my dad never listened to child labor. Biz, we all know you've never worked a day in your life. No, it's because you're a woman. I'm not. Actually, I have 5 subscribers, so I am getting paid. I need to get my fucking paperwork from GameStop to do mine. I I have. Yeah, I've tried calling them harder. I tried calling with a full erection. Aren't they supposed to send them out like regardless? Because I've tried calling them twice, and like, yeah, it hasn't. It hasn't. Fuck. By something comes up, do you mean Spencer? I think that's you, buddy. Well, now she's gonna die in a horror movie. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. If my internet was faster, I would say that we should like live stream our cameras into the Discord, but I know my internet's not fast enough. If after we move I can get faster internet, we'll talk about that. But actually, oh, are you streaming? Are you streaming from your fucking Surface? Oh, fucking disgusting. Yeah, I'm streaming from my mid-tier gaming tower. Yeah. Isn't is it on? It's not on Xbox, is it? I was gonna say I know I can get it on my P5. I didn't know if it was on Xbox. Well, have you thought about getting better? Mm. Just well, now I have to ask the question: do you think I hate you? Oh well, just don't. Oh well, I mean, like, speaking of being mean to somebody, please tell me, Spencer, that you saw me absolutely fucking roasting Taylor in the chat at the on my last day. So in the Ashurian chat, Taylor was like put a post that was at yeah. Jeff was like, "So Charlie, when's your last day?" And I was like, "Actually, this is my last hour." And then Taylor posted something that was like at Charles Thompson, and then had like a tombstone, and then I had a countdown for like how long it was in minutes from when she posted it to when I was gonna be leaving. And I was like, instead of at Charles Thompson, you could have just said at Avon Sales. Um, and then Jeff was like, "Hey, Charlie, here in 5 minutes, check your email for a special gift." And Taylor was like, "Wait, so if we quit, we get a special gift?" And I said, "Hey, Taylor, the special gift's for people who carry the team, not the person getting carried." And then Taylor stood up, walked over, and bowed down to me. And I was like, "That's better. That's better. That's good. Good job." And then she was laughing. She was laughing her ass off. So yeah, but no, she thought that was the funniest shit she'd ever heard in her life. So I was. So he sent me. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. He sent. By the way, he sent me. He sent me a $50 Sonics gift card. Mm-hmm. 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 And he asked me to apply for a Shurian. So, you know, I mean, he works a lot of chat rooms. That's true. I do work a lot of chat rooms. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, like, next podcast, I have a couple of ideas, but I think based off of what me and Biz have discussed, because I haven't really got a chance to talk to you, Spencer, but I think you're gonna be the one who chooses the next topic. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Because like I have a couple of ones I ideaed up, and I will send them in the other in like the chat that I made. Um, and you're totally welcome to choose from them and use them if you want if you like them a lot. Mm-hmm. But try to give us a couple days of heads up in case we need to look into the topic. Mm-hmm. There we go. that's yeah, definitely. I'm definitely a like looker upper and look into some information, and I like to discuss topics with somebody beforehand so that to some degree I kind of know what I'm going into. But anyhow, I'm gonna end the recording and streaming now. So, yeah, much love, everybody. This has been the couple known as Spiz and the third wheel. Bye.